right, all right. Sorry about that, part of people. A little bit late there. I was trying to get some stuff together over here. I'm still having a problem with this Gemini, um, because apparently Gemini only wants to work with my non-business email or account. So I keep trying to switch it. There we go. All right, finally. Whew, goodness, man, this thing here. Mm-mm-mm. Is all right. All right. Okay. What's going on, party people? All right, all right, all right. Let's see who. Hope I got. Yeah, I think I got everything. Oh, we got 8 people up in here already, man. Folk done slid on up in here. I was trying to post some stuff over there on Instagram, but that's taking forever. And I trying to post something up on TikTok. I tell you, I don't know what the deal is. I'm trying to post the stuff up there, and it just won't go. So I ain't even gonna worry about it. I'm gonna just, I don't know, bump it. I was trying to post it. It post, I just can't. I'll just kick it out. All right, what's going on? Good evening to you there, Shannon. Good evening to you. Good evening to you, Tanya. All right, Donna out there in Missouri, Montana, Nova Scotia. She way out there. My man Jeff. Good to see you there. Good to see you. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Oh man. Yeah. So hit the like button when you're coming in. Um, yeah, because we gotta sort of get on this subject here. I I'm tired. Hold on, let me get my official stuff together and talk to me about y'all week. How things have been for y'all. Y'all know I've been pushing. I got four closings tomorrow. I had four today, three on Thursday, four on Wednesday, four on Tuesday, and three on Monday, and then one past Sunday. So I don't know how many I'm at, but man, I've been, yeah, I think, yeah, I'm at 90. So I'm getting ready to look back and make sure that I got my numbers correct and everything. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. That's the first 3 days in July. 13. Then 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. All right. So the 31 up to the ninth of August, 31. All right. And 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. So I got myself at 53 for the first 15 days of the month. The first through the 15, I got 53. Hope I counted that right. 53. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. That's right, because I did have some canceled. 31, well, 31 through the 24th, and then 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. All right. And that's to the end of the month. So the 16th through the end of the month, 42. Oh man, that's what? That's 95. That's 95 I'm at. 95. 53 for the first 15 days and 42 from the 16th to the end of the month if nothing else changed. So I need three more, and I got plenty of space on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to get them in there. Actually, I got plenty of space. Now I could have them because oh my goodness, there's been at least 8 orders came out today just for the 26th, but I'm already booked. I'm already booked for appointments. I got a 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, then a 6 p.m. and 7. The only way I will do something in between what I got at 2 and 6, it got to be something short, sweet, and in the area where I'm getting ready to go because where I got to go at 6 p.m. It's a lot of traffic over there, so I don't want to be too far from that spot. So I've actually not taken some orders that I normally would. I normally would take them, but I said no. That time of day, I can't chance it because there's going to be a high chance I'm not going to get over there in time. So I don't want to mess with that. I really don't and stuff. So I just said, you know what, I'm just going to leave that alone. But if I get something, because at 2 o'clock I'm in Virginia Beach, and then at 6 o'clock I'm in Virginia Beach. So um, and hopefully I have all my documents. So where I'm at 2 o'clock, it's not well, it's about half. Well, it's not even, yeah, it's a little bit further. Yeah, it depends on where you're located at. So I if it's close or going in the direction where I need to be at by 6, and hopefully I have the documents, then I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't have a problem doing that. But this is part of the key is that you gotta work them logistics out and you gotta be willing to go out there. And that's part of the reason why a lot of notaries aren't out here being as successful. And I know it can be nerve wracking. And y'all, and I really need y'all in the chat to give me your opinions on this here and everything. You'll be with 90 signings. Thank you. I'm hoping that's what I want. That's why I share this. I don't share it from a bragging standpoint. Like, hey, look at me. This is possible if the situation warrants. If it warrants it, it's possible. And then the question is, are you going to do them? Okay. And not everything is perfect. Like tomorrow, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, then 3 o'clock. It's like that sometimes. It's like that sometimes. And I'm going to share with y'all why most notaries, what I've seen recently, why you're struggling. Okay. This is just my opinion. And this comes from me talking to other notaries. It's all centered on your logistics, but I'm telling you, when you hear, you're gonna be like, yeah, that might be me. It's hit the like button. Thank you very much. I had a signing yesterday. Docs and numbers were wrong. Had to print new docs from the closing table. I would actually be at 98 because one of them got canceled today because it was supposed to have been a POA and they couldn't find a power of attorney. So they couldn't sign POA, and they sent me the documents that didn't have any POA verbiage on there. So I had to contact the signing company. She contacted her people, and it got canceled. But here's the crazy part: when it got canceled, because I had 4 today. That cancellation dropped me down to 3, and then about 30, 40 minutes later, an order came in um, for the time TBD to be determined. And when I called the lady to see if she was available, she like, yeah, you can come by now. So I went and got them taken care of and squeezed them in there and went back to having 4. And then, like I said, I got my 4 for tomorrow. And then I picked up another one on Monday at 7. And then some other ones throughout the week. So it's looking really, really, really good. And I'm just taking any and everything that can most definitely come my way. Okay, you got 7 on Monday. That is awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, you got to just got the okay to renew your commission and had $100 divorce tomorrow. Perfect. Just started back my W-2 this week and getting 1 to 2 signings at a night. That's awesome. That's what I'm talking about. And then refis are getting crazy out there. And the refis, as I've been sharing, if you've been watching the channel, I've been telling you, it's the VA, IRRRRRRRL. I just be saying that. So hold on, let me pull it up. VAIRRL. All right. Um. So where is it? I'm trying to find. Okay. And we talked about this a little bit before refinancing. All right. So let me. I forgot to get my stuff set up. You know me, I be messing that up. All right. So as it says here, the VAIRRRL interest rate reduction refinance loan. Refinance your existing VA loan to a lower rate with an interest rate reduction refinance loan. Pay zero origination, funding fees, and title fees. So they covering everything. And there are tons of people out here who are doing this. There are some of them that are doing the cash out, but this Earl, they call it Earl, like EARL, they call it Earl. That this is what they're doing. What is that number three? The Virginia all VA rules guidelines and apply. Same parties, this, that, and the other proceed. Proceeds from the new loan will be used toward the payment. Okay, no cash back can be received from the new loan payment of discount point taxes, all of that. Okay, so we're just talking about different little things, but different conditions and stuff of it. But this is what's going on. People are hopping on that left and right. And I've been seeing some low. So here it is. This is what I was looking for right here. Telling you, it said, as of August 23rd, 2024, the interest rate for a 30-year interest rate reduction loan is 5.750. And the annual percentage rate is 30-year jumbo, if somebody wants to do a jumbo based on the loan amount, is 6. So this is why you're seeing refinances. And guess what? I remember all them sucker notaries, sucker MCs, them sucker notaries out there was talking smack and talking about get away from doing loan closings. The refis are dead. It's over. You'll never see refis again. They popping left and right. But you got to be in the right area. You got to be around vets, all this, that, and the other. And they are coming. I mean, they started back in May and it has been wild. That is part of the reason why I'm at 92, well, 90, what, 97 signings this month because of this kind of stuff. What is it? No, I mean, sorry, 95. 95. I keep thinking at 95 this month because of those loans. And then they got people buying, selling, all kinds of stuff. So people are still purchasing, people are still selling. All of that is going on right now. And you can't just take people's word for stuff. You got to see for yourself. And a lot of people will say stuff because most of the people out here who said leave the loan closings alone and refinances are dead because that's what they was making their money on. And real quick side note, the reason here's the thing what a lot of people don't realize. A lot of these folk out here that was in the notary business, they're gone now, and they're probably still trying to hang around. A lot of them would never do a purchase or sale. They will only do refinances because a lot of the refinances they was doing was coming from Service Link and Service Connect, and what's that other one? Rocket. And those were like hybrids and they only had like 30 pages max. But then when you do a real grown person refinance with 150 pages, 200-page refi for a VA, in some cases, they couldn't handle that. A lot of them couldn't handle it. So they was talking all that smack about, oh yeah, I'm doing all of this, but it was a whole bunch of little hybrid loans. They hadn't built up the stamina to deal with the grown person loans. And then when the grown person's loans came and started hitting them, they were like, oh, no, I ain't messing with that. And that's why, and then some of them couldn't handle the purchases or the sales because it's different. But with the purchase, there's a lot more affidavits and small little things here and there. But with the sales, it was those tax forms. And because they thought that they needed to know those tax forms and needed to explain stuff, and they weren't confident in explaining the tax form, a lot of them wouldn't do it. They were like, I don't mess with that. That's why I was like, oh, it's just too many pages in there. No, it's not that many pages. You thought you needed to know how to talk about the tax forms, and you couldn't find anybody to teach you that, and your trainer wasn't going to teach you that. So you said, I'm not going to mess with that. Now, a lot of the people who was sitting up here talking about loan closings is gone, they're not around anymore, forget them, this, that, and the other. They had something else to sell you. If you really think back on it, they all started doing what? Trying to sell you something else, selling you into some other thing, the next big notary move. That's the game. I'm not mad at them. I'm like, okay, go ahead on. But for you, you got to be smart in all of this. You said you saw 4.9. Okay, cool. That's awesome there. Hey, what's going on, Express? Hey, what's going on, Dakar? Good to see you. How you doing there, Tracy? Yep. The pay may not be the same, but the business will always be there. That is correct. That is correct. That is correct. I did a warranty deed from Florida. It made me think of the two witness situation you spoke of. Yeah, in your videos, all of that. Yeah, I'm telling you. So here's the reason why most notaries are struggling. Hold on, let me check. I'm just trying to see. I wanted this stuff to post to, okay, I guess Instagram posted. Okay, it did. All right, so it posted. So, and the TikTok, I don't know what the heck going on with TikTok. I be trying to post stuff to TikTok and it just don't ever go. So I don't know. Stuff just be jammed up on TikTok. I don't know. All right, but here's the reason why. And hit the like button. Please hit the like button because I need the notification to go out more. So please, there's 20 people in here, 21 people in here now. Everybody hit the like button. Feel free to share. Matter of fact, I know I've been running my mouth and I meant to share this and I forgot to share. Over there on YouTube. Who's somebody coming at my house? Who's coming to my door? All right. So let me share this real quick. Share this on my Facebook. All right. So here's what I believe is the number one reason why a lot of notaries are struggling right now. It's the concept of being on time for every single order. Follow me. A lot of notaries say, I can't, they're like, I would take more orders, but I'm going to be late. And these last minute orders, I don't want to take them because I'm going to be late. So you end up not taking any. It's not that you can't do them, but because you're fixated on being to every single order on time, never being late, then you have orders that come through last minute. And if y'all seeing the thing flicker and stuff, I don't know what YouTube is doing to my thing. So my apologies for that because I'm looking here and it keeps flickering. My internet connection is good, so it's something with YouTube. But a lot of people won't take orders because if they can't get there on time, and I understand being on time is critical, but here's the thing. If you're out here doing this business and orders are coming in at all, they understand that they're asking you to do a 4 o'clock closing and it's 2:30 or 3 o'clock or even 3:30. They get that. They just need you to go out there and do it correctly for us, the notarizations of what you're supposed to do. They understand that the client's supposed to do it at 4 o'clock and the other notary backed out. But if you can step in there and say, okay, I'm gonna go ahead on and knock this out, all you here's the process. All you got to do once you find out where it's at, and when they call me for orders, because keep in mind they may not know exactly the logistics of where you are in relationship to where the people are. And give me your comments on this topic, what I'm talking about. How many of you, if you have struggled doing this business because you're like, well, I'm not going to take the order because I'm going to be late? Put a one in the chat. If you've been saying that and have actually been executing that, meaning I will not take orders if I can't be there on time, put a one in the chat. It's that simple. If somebody sent you an order and you like, oh, I'm gonna be late for that one. If that's the first thing you're saying, I'm gonna be late. Not okay, can I do it? It's I'm gonna be late. Put a one in the chat. Because I know a lot of y'all, because when I first started, that's what I was doing. I was like, I ain't gonna, I'm not gonna do it. They understand because see, here's the thing. When the order comes in and it's gonna be a last minute, and they're saying they give a time, it's not TBD, but they say, okay, it's gonna be 2 o'clock. They don't know that you are 45 minutes away. They don't understand the traffic in your area. So then what I do is this. The first thing I do is say, can you give me this? Can you they say, yeah, it's gonna be in Chesapeake, Virginia. I say, okay, what's the address? Ask them for the address. Now, some of them they may not want to give you the address because of person, they I don't know, they think you're gonna roll up on the people, whatever. I say, at least give me the zip code. And they give me the zip code. I look, and let me show y'all real quick. So here's what I do. So on my phone, I go to Google Maps, and let me bring this up. It better work. And what I tend to do is 2, 3, 4. Let me see. 2, 3. So we'll just take this here part of Chesapeake. And if you notice what it does, it highlights the area. Now, this is where I live at over here. I live over here. This is where I live at. So, okay, cool. I knock that out. So if I see that zip code, bet. But sometimes the zip code, why that thing is so big? 2, 3, 4. But sometimes you see this big area, that's a lot of space there. So when they tell me it's this zip code 23322, I'm like, hey, I'm really going to need, I said, because that is a huge area. So you can just type in the zip code and it will come up and be like, oh, okay, gotcha. It lets you know this is the area. So depending on where I'm at, so if I'm way up here in Virginia Beach, I already know, that it's going to be difficult for me to get down to this part because there are times where I'm doing work way down here. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get there in dot, dot, dot. So if you need somebody to specifically 100% be there on time, then I'm not the person. And then most of the time, you know what they didn't tell me? Okay, look, just call the borrowers and see if they're what is that okay? And if they give me the order anyway, then I'm calling Fred and Miss and Ethel. Hey Fred, hey Ethel. I'm Griff, I'm the notary. They just assigned me the order. I don't have, especially if you don't have the documents, you let them know that. I don't have the documents. So I'm going to I gotta go home, print your documents, do a quick review of the documents, and then I'm going to be headed your way. And I'm coming from such and such area, and I'm gonna be coming down such and such road. So I'm gonna get to you. Like I said, if the traffic is too bad, I'll do the best I can. I'll take a back road or whatever to get to you, and all of that. Are you okay with me coming and being there probably instead of 2 o'clock? I might not be able to get there to about 2:30, 2:45. Are you okay with that? And they may say, yeah, we good, because here's what's going on. The title company is concerned about the closing happening so it can get dropped off in the FedEx the next day. So one of the other things that I do is I will assure them that, especially if I know I don't have nothing else going on, and sometimes I do, I'll be like, don't worry about it. I'll get the documents dropped off. Now I do have my scanner with me, so I know I can scan. And I'll let them also know, I say, hey, look, okay, I can take this, but I got other appointments. Do y'all have to have a scan? Because if I can make FedEx. I can make FedEx with no problem, but it would help if I didn't have to scan. Or if you want, I can scan certain documents, and then that way you'll know those pages are done. If you need just the deed and the note and the closing disclosure, then I can knock that out real quick and get that uploaded so you can see. But if it's a thing that you got to have every single page, especially just 200-page read, you know what I'm saying? You just talk common sense to them. You just talk common sense to them. And now, once that all of that squared away, they say, okay, yeah, well, you can get here. Now, let's just say it's 12 o'clock when they call. 12 o'clock, want me to be there at 2 o'clock. I'm already out, still in a closing. And yes, I pick up the phone when closing because I'm sorry. It just be foolish of me as a full-time not to pick up the phone, not to answer when somebody call, because sometimes they do and they send notifications out. And that's why I tell people, and I don't know why y'all don't do this, have Bluetooth earpieces. I got two phones, I got two earbuds, and I'll pop that bad boy in my ear. And I know how to stay focused and do my stamp and talk. Okay, no problem, this, that, and the other. Because sometimes it's the company that I'm already doing a closing for. Hey, can you pick up this order? Can you take this? Sometimes they just call you. So I'm trying to do business. I'm going to take care of them, do it right. And I'm already away. And if I'm already know that I'm not going to get home until 1:15, then I got to scan, get everything packed up, then download, print the document. So if I don't see the documents, I'm letting them know, hey, I don't see your documents. Hey, where's the documents? I'm putting myself in the best position to do this. But here's the bottom line: if it's not your fault, that's if the reason for you being late is not your fault, take the order. Take the daggone order. Because here's the thing that you need to understand, and maybe you never realized this: the lender takes on more than what they can handle. The title takes on more than what they can handle. The signing company takes on more than what they can handle. How do we know that? Because they don't pick up the phone when you call them, because that signing company that got two or three people working it, and they're pushing 40 or 50 closings out a day nationwide. I think that's a little too much for the average group of people. Making sure that wasn't no order coming through. I think that's a little too much. You ever thought about that? The signing company, the title company, the lender, they take on more than what they can actually handle in some cases. And the notary is trying to only take on what they can handle and ain't making no money. You're not making any money like you thought you would, because you're trying to only do this amount. Now, granted, I know some people it takes some time to get into that, but you got to start planning for that. There's no way I could do 90 closings the way I normally like to do it. If I got a 12 o'clock, my next one's at 2, then 4. If I got or if I start off taking an order at 9 in the morning, then 9, 11, 1, 3. That's how I prefer it. But I learned real quick back in 2019 that thought process is great, but it don't always work. Because when work is coming in and then you get the order that you don't have to do the scan back on, and it's just a quick 15-page sellers, or it's just a quick deed, I'm like, I'm cutting myself short. And I find it interesting that the lender, the title, and the signing company are all taking on more than what they truly can handle, but they want the notary to be exclusive to just them. They want us to be exclusive to them and not take on. They literally are like, "Oh, you're not at home." When I get these last minute orders, sometimes they're like, "Oh, you're not at home." No, and I don't say this as a bragging thing when I'm talking to them. Shake, rattle, and roll. I like that. I say, I'm doing an average of 4 a day. Oh, you are? Oh, you're really busy. Yes. So I'm not at home just sitting here waiting for the next order. Oh, I said, so now you tell me, do you still want to work with me? Because some companies, they only want to work with notaries who don't really have a whole lot going on. Why? Because they want to sit there and have you wait for 2, 3, 4 hours for them to sit there and go through the document. Yep, that was done right. Stamp, stamp, sign, initial. Okay, that was stamp. Okay. Let me go to lunch. Okay, then come back. And then they want to get not all. The vast majority, they trying to get it done. And so you can make FedEx. But there are some, it's like they want you to like just hold everything up. You can't breathe, you can't move, you can't do nothing. Can't get you some cereal or nothing until they say, okay, now you can. So now I can't even take additional orders. I can't do no more work. I can't do nothing. But they're taking on as much as they can, but they're limiting us to, well, you know, we just won't kick my camera. We just want, don't do anything. Stay by your phones. I'm serious. I've had them say, stay by your phone, stay by your computer. I'm like, I can't. And I've actually said, okay, well, I'm not gonna be able to do this order. Well, why not? You want me to stop everything that I'm doing and wait by the computer for you to say something to me about whether everything was good, yay or nay. I can't do that. I said, your order came up last minute. I've already been booked for 3 others, or 4 others, or 5 others. I'm able to get yours in, done, scanned, is back to you, and I got to get on to my next one. And if there's an error or whatever, let me know, and I will figure out how to get it fixed. But I can't stop moving forward and moving in my business for you. So you can just say, well, I got you here just in case. No, everybody else is taking on more than what they can handle. But they want us to just take this one bottle. That's it. Just take my order that I gave you at 9 o'clock. And probably by 1 o'clock, I'll tell you whether it's good to drop. And what am I doing in the meantime? Not making money. Give me your thoughts in the comment section. I'm serious. Tell me what y'all think. Because that's what I've seen. And a lot of notaries are like, and this is where it happens, is like, well, I take pride in being on time. I got to be there on time. That. Okay. Do you realize that there are a lot of notaries who are on time and they don't do the orders right? There's a whole buttload of people who get there on time, but they do not do the orders right. And let me know if are y'all having freeze up problems? Because sometimes I have it playing on the side over here, and it looks like sometimes I see it freezing up and all that. So if y'all having freeze up problems, let me know so I can send a note to YouTube about this, and all of that. But that's the thing. Put it up on my phone and check. Okay, maybe it's just my computer. You better not be getting old. Computer can't be getting old. Okay, so far it looks good. All right. I agree with you. I've done enough of these to be able to scan back and ship and go. I'm not stopping my money. Yeah, and that's the thing. So I've talked to a lot of notaries, and they tell me all the time that it's like, I don't want to be late. And neither do I. That's why I spend time doc prepping. Notaries are out here saying they don't doc prep. Okay, fine, that's you. But I have to doc prep in order for me to flow like I need to. I will stay up and I will sit there. All 4 of the closings that I have tomorrow, I got the documents. I have to download them. I'm gonna print them and I'm gonna stay up and I'm gonna get them all prepped and ready to go. So when I get there with them, all I got to do is sign and stamp. And again, I'm not sitting there trying to go through the document. Everybody this week was like, so how long is this going to take? If they ask you how long it's going to take, that tells you they don't want to be there all day. That tells you they don't want to hear your mouth. They want you to let them sign and keep it going, because I will have to say at least 98% of the people this week, this week, all told me, oh yeah, we already reviewed the documents. Some of them are e-signing the documents. The same documents they signed it with me, they've already seen them in e-sign. They're like, I don't need to see anything. One couple told me, man, that was fast. We wow, we didn't expect to be done this quick. And they said, because we don't want you to read. I said, no, I had mentioned, I said, well, yeah, sometimes notaries be read. They said, no, we don't want you to do that for us. No, we don't want to do that. We just want to sign. We good. We already know what we're doing, why we're doing. We ain't got time for all that. Okay. Even today, I get there, my last one of the day, the lady said like 3 times in like 14.6 seconds. So this not gonna take long. I mean, I hope it ain't gonna be here that long. I hope it's not gonna be a long time to sign it. Man, we're not gonna be here that long. Oh, okay. Then she stopped saying it. Listen and read the room. People are telling you, I don't want you up in my face. I don't want to be smelling your breath. I don't want to be anywhere around you no longer than I have to. And it's not that they don't like you or they prejudice or racist, which there are some just like that. And that I was going to talk about that part, what I've experienced, but I talk about that a different time. They just want you to get in and get out. It's all these other people who have hired us and saying, "Oh, you got to do it this way. You got to sit there and and get it and just go through page by page, precept upon precept, concept upon almost like you sitting up there chiseling the 10 Commandments." It's like, wait a minute, the customer who I'm in front of is saying, "I just want to sign and get out of here." That's why I'm able to do stuff at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock tomorrow, because I'm gonna have my docs prep. I ain't gonna be running my mouth, and I know the people wanted me to get in and get out. I don't know how many pages those closings are for tomorrow. I probably can find out real quick. And also, feel free to ask me any questions about the business that's on your mind. I would love to answer them. So tomorrow, I got my first closing is 144 pages. My second one is, what did I get it? 181 pages. My third one is 150 pages. And then my last one is my last one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is 8 pages. 8 pages. My last one is 8 pages. So that's what I'm dealing with. That's what I got tomorrow. So these bad boys gonna be firing up when we finish this here, and I'm gonna knock this up, get all that stuff prepped, and I'm gonna be ready to go. And I've done plenty with these companies. I know the flow of their documents, so it's not going to be a problem for me. So one is with Villa Title, one is with the Closer LLC, and then my last two are with First Class Signing Services. So I'll be able to get in, get out. It's not going to be hard for me. This is why I encourage y'all so much to just get out here and do the closings, because once you get in the flow and you start getting your mind going and you start thinking and looking at this business the way it should be, you'll be like, okay, I can get in and get out. You'll find your flow. The problem is you're trying to be too perfect. I just focus on getting it correct. What is the correct thing I need to do? Signature, date, stamp, initial. Okay. That's it. That's all. Well, signature, date, initial, and then my stamp and my signature. That's it. That's the 5 core things: their signature, their date, their initial if need be, the date and initial if need be, and then I'm doing my signature and I'm doing my stamp. Those are the 5 things that I make sure I hit on every single closing. Are there other little small things here and there? Pay attention to this. Make sure, hey, fill out this, check that box. Yes, but I try to make sure I do the core thing correctly. And too many of you are getting all hyped up. You're worrying about trying to be perfect. You're trying to impress the people across from you. Don't worry about trying to impress Mr. and Mrs. Jones. Just do it correctly and don't have yourself going back there 5 and 6 times, and they'll be happy with you. So that's why I'm saying you can have a notary that gets to every closing on time, but then they got to keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back. But then you have a notary such as myself. I'm busy ripping and running. Hey, I'm gonna be a little bit 10 minutes late, but I'm on my way. No problem. I will be here when you okay. And then I get it done right, and they never have to see me again. I think they would prefer that. Now, to any signing companies, and I am not saying that I'm trying to be late or encouraging people to be late. What I am saying is if you are already scheduled and an order comes in, you know you have the time to do it. But the only problem is that you can clearly see that you're going to be 10 minutes late or even a half hour late. It's a last minute signing. They need somebody to do this. They're asking you to do this. And you say, no, I ain't going to do it. Why? Because I'm going to be late. And my question is this: when you tell them no, if you happen to tell them no, if they call you and you say no, do you just make up some excuse, or I'm already booked? Or do you be honest and tell them, well, the reason why I want to take your order is because based off of the time that you told me that it needs to be done and the time that it is not, I'm going to be late. And I don't like being late. And therefore, I will not do an order in which I'm going to be late. So kick rocks. I know you don't do that. I don't care how long you've been in this business. You are not going to tell somebody, I will not take your order, or I do not want to take your order because I'm going to be late. They just need it done. They just need it done. So let me see what my people are saying here. I agree with you, Grip. Doc prep is a must for me. Now, if I receive it last minute, it's something right. I don't have to, I won't worry about doing doc prep. I love when my signers already have reviewed the documents. Yeah. Even today, I didn't, the one that I got, I ended up doing at 12 o'clock. I was like, okay, I just slid it in there and I was like, you know what? No problem. I'm going to go knock this bad boy out. I didn't doc prep nothing. I just printed and go. I didn't even look at it. I get there. In the order, it was one person's name. When I get there, it's 2 people on the document. It was for 2 signers. So now I had to wait, figure out, okay, are we going to get the other signer to get here or not get here? I was leaving the house and they were like, oh, they coming. They was like, well, I'm busy. I can't make it. And then all of a sudden they said, okay, I'll be there. I was like, okay. So I stopped. So first thing I did was contacted my 1 o'clock appointment and told them I'm going to be running late. And I was. I was running late. And I got there just like I told him. I said I'll be there by 1:30. And it was only 13 pages that I had to do for this loan modification. So I was able to get in, boom, and get out and get myself back on track and got to my 3 o'clock on time and all of that. Things happen, but I stayed in communication with them. You see what I'm saying? So most of the time, most of them just want to know where to sign a date. I'm like, bet, correct. Do you think doing the state forms and apostille work is enough profit to do full time if you're new and want to avoid the real estate side of the notary business? Basically, I don't want the hassle of loan signings. Okay. As I'm answering this here, tell me what is the hassle of loan signings that you see or that you've been, because it's either something that you personally have seen or you've heard from others and you say, oh, well, they said it, this must be true, because they could be lying. Or it could be a hassle for them where they're at, because not every hassle within this business is everywhere. So what kind of hassle are you talking about that you are trying to you don't want the hassle of loan signing? What is the hassle that you are trying to avoid? Because that will help me to understand how to help you out with this here. Now, do I think real estate, I mean, estate forms, I guess, estate planning and apostille work is enough profit? I can't say whether it would be enough profit because I don't know what the charging would be in your area. I don't know what area you're in. So, in other words, what you actually said, can you make enough money to just do that? That depends on your area and that depends on the level of advertising you're doing and who needs it done. Because most people are thinking, oh, I can make $750 doing an apostille. Well, that's if they got multiple documents. What if they only got one document? If they only got one document, that might be just 125, maybe $200 at the most. You see what I'm saying? So not every time you're doing a apostille is going to be 7 or 8 pages or documents that need to be done. Not pages, but documents. They're not going to be 7 or 8 documents that need to be done. It might only be one. So if it's only one, and that's all you're getting people that just got one document, I mean, it just wouldn't be fair for you to be charging somebody 750 for one, and then when they get somebody comes with you with 8 or 9 documents, you're charging them 2 grand because that's essentially what you're going to have to do to be fair with the pricing and all of that. Estate planning, it all depends on the people in your area, who they're getting estate planning from, all of that. It depends. You know, are they contacting you directly? Because if they're contacting you directly as a consumer, then you can't charge them the two, three, $400 because they don't their estate plan might be something small and you got to more likely charge them your state fees. But if a third party company contacted you and say, how much would you charge us to go do this estate planning session for our customer? We have a customer that needs a notary. How much would you charge? Well, then you're talking business to business, and then you can say, okay, well, 250, 300, or whatever, if they feel that it will be valued at that. But if the customer that you're talking to, the person you're talking to is saying, we don't think that what we need you to do is valued at that, which means you got to do your research or due diligence to say, how many pages are we talking about notarizing, this, that, and the other, looking at the time that you're going to be there, all of that. Do I need to bring witnesses? So I mean, I got to pay the witnesses, all of that. So all of those are factors. So you just can't say, well, I'm gonna hop into this and I will make all the money and I won't have to deal with the hassle of that. Because here's the other side. When you have estate planning, the people can take I've had some from signing companies where the person has called and I've called them and they said, okay, I'll get back with you because I need to review this. And it took them over a month to review the estate planning documents. So if somebody depending, that's why I said it depends on how they're getting their estate planning documents. If they're going to a lawyer, the attorney will more likely go over everything with them. Probably make sure they go over everything with them and educate them on all that. If they're dealing with a document prep service that helps you put together, in other words, it's self-directed. You figure out what you want to make your estate plan to be like. That person may have to take some time and go over this stuff and read it and analyze it. No, I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna keep this, not keep, and that could take you a while. So it all depends. It's not always cut and dry. Like, hey, somebody got estate plan? Okay, I'm ready to go. They might. It might take them 2, 3 months to get it all solidified, and you're sitting here waiting for them. And then they may have it all solidified, and then they might not want to really want to pay it. And you say, well, I go get educated. What is there to get educated and trained on with estate planning? You're not there to explain to them the terms and conditions and the whatever and the trust and all of that. That's not your job there as a notary, unless you've been told, unless your state says that you're supposed to do that. But if that's not what your state says a notary can do, so you're there just to do the notarizations. So how much education and training you need to have? Well, we just want to make sure they know what they're doing. Well, that's what their attorneys for. And they're grown people and they should figure that out themselves. That should not be the job of a random stranger notary coming up in somebody's home at 8 o'clock at night saying, okay, I'm gonna educate you on your estate planning documents. They're like, what, you been stalking us? It doesn't make sense to me. So you can take all this training all you want, but if your state prohibits you from giving legal advice, because that's what that would be, you just wasted your money on some training to learn how to go and break the law. Because that's what you do. The training is teaching you how to break the law in most cases. So I said, girl, when I propose a new time, they reassign it to someone else. I like your advice. I will start accepting and be upfront about the time. Yeah. Now, like if an order comes in and I know I'm already booked, I will go ahead on and tell them, okay, I can do it at this time or another time. Sometimes they're cool with it, sometimes they're not. And unfortunately, there are some signing companies they get beside themselves and they're like, well, I didn't ask you for another time. Okay, but if you can sit there and have a thing in there saying, can I add did I if I can request a higher fee, why can't I request a different time? Because there's no guarantee that the customer really wants to do it at that time. And that's what a lot of people don't realize is that the customer sometimes is told by the title company, you're going to do this at 3 o'clock. But in all honesty, they really don't want to do it at 3 o'clock. So when I call and say, yeah, it's 3 o'clock, and I've had the customer ask me, well, can I do it at 5? Because to be honest, it's going to be really hard. I'm going to be coming from such and such place and this, that, and the other. And if I'm available, that's not a problem. Or if I'm not available, I say I'll let them know. And guess what? The time gets changed. So all of this bull that the signing companies are like, well, I don't like it that these notaries will sit there and suggest a different time. If the customer turn around and tell you they want to do it at 5, even though the order came out for 3, guess what's going to happen? It's going to get done at 5. Because if that's when they're ready and available, or they had an emergency come up, well, guess what? It's going to be done at a different time. So I'm just letting you know that if something comes up and they can't do it at that time, I'm available. But there are some signing companies that don't like that and they get really, really upset if we suggest it. So it's like just click the button saying you're not available. I don't want to see that you okay, but then guess what? You're gonna then turn around and have to send the order back out saying, are you available at 5? Well, I could have told I would have you would allow me to, I would have told you that up front. But your hind parts didn't want to hear that. So sometimes people just don't think. They just get caught up in the moment for whatever reason. Says I'm from Philly and so many scammers try to get a quick claim deed transfers and printing. Well, okay, that's different. See, now I'm understanding. Okay, with that, that's different. I'm talking about when you're getting contacted by legit companies. Okay, that's understandable. That's understandable. But then again, people could try to get over on you. Just the same with estate planning. Just the same with apostille. People will try to get over on you no matter what. Um, but yeah, I get what you're talking about because I know up there in Philly that that's a whole. There's a whole lot of people's trying to steal those vacant buildings and people that used to be in Philly and they live down in Virginia or Florida or somewhere else, and they not even coming to visit the home and it's been sitting there for 4 and 5 and 10 years. Yeah, they scamming and trying to steal people's stuff, doing quick claim deeds and all of that. So um I get that. I get that. Yeah. But the overall loan closing process. Now, if you're dealing with a legit company trying, it's not it's no different than anything else. It really isn't. And the estate planning has been really hard because they literally are taking a month. I'm calling them on one day and they're like, okay, I'll get with you. And next thing I know, 3, 4, 5 weeks later, okay, I'm ready. Yeah, I was out of town. I did this, I did that, I came back. So I finally sat down and read it last night. So for the last 5 weeks, you haven't even looked at the documents. You just read them last night. Got it. And that means now what I got to keep a slot available somewhere in case they just call up out of the blue and like, okay, I'm ready to do it. And it holds me up sometimes for taking certain orders. You see, so said these are good points you brought out about estate planning. You've given me a lot to think about. I was hoping to partner with estate planning lawyers for the notarizations. There's nothing wrong with that. Go for it. Seriously, go for it. It's just a matter of what's their business model. See, we forget that other people have business models We're concerned about our business model, but what about theirs? So me coming into an attorney's office, I got to figure out how my business model can seamlessly fit into theirs. So what is your business model, sir? And here's the thing: a lot of us aren't well versed at having those conversations because we're thinking about the money, 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 and they can see that on you. So the moment a more astute business person sees that all you're concerned about is the money, they're gonna shut you down. They're not gonna have nothing to do with you. You got to be able to resist the temptation to be money hungry and have a conversation about how your business can support theirs. And when you learn how to do that, your business will grow. That is the key. And many of you don't know how to do that. All you know is you just want this order for this dollar amount from these people because you're looking at them as money bags. Well, they're an attorney, they got the money. And I know that because that's what y'all say about the loan club. Well, they got the money. Look at the cloud. Look at all this money. You need to pay me my money. Hey. But you're not learning, but you haven't learned how to talk to those people as a professional business person and say, here's how my business can support yours. After you sat there and listened to them tell you what their needs are. You don't even want to listen to them. You just want to know how many orders you got, how much you gonna pay me. I got 0 orders for you and I ain't paying you jack. Now get out. Because you're not in here to really to support me. Because what this is telling me is that if I pay you enough, you'll be here for me. But the moment somebody pays you a $10 more, you'll be gone. There's no loyalty with you. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. For a lot of people, there's no loyalty. It's I just want to get paid. Why? As I've always said, let's hear it from the back. Because you've overspent getting in this business. You done paid all that money to get in this business, and the thing that's the primary thing that's on your mind is trying to get that money back. And you're looking at that person as a way to get that money back. Not, oh, I'm looking at that person as a way that I can support their business and help them grow their business and be the key person and be a staple here and continue to grow and make money. You won't look at it that way. You're just looking at it as I need to make some money. And they look like they got some deep pockets. Mm-mm-mm. Time is all can always be rearranged. Yeah, if push comes to shove, they arrange the time. They will change the time if they have to. Oh my goodness, to keep that deal, they'll change the time. hmm And the main reason why they're trying to hold to the time is that they want people to drop the documents off. So back to the main topic. The reason why most notaries are struggling with this business is because they are fixated on being on time for every single order and having this record internal within them that they've never been late. They want to be able to say 10 years from now, I've done 5,000 closings and I've never been late for one. Whoop de doo, who cares? How many of them did you jack up? What was your attitude when it came to fixing what you messed up? Because if you made a mistake and yet you was on time and we asked you to go fix it and then you start barking all kind of craziness at us, oh, okay, you like that then. Okay, okay. People start remembering, okay. All we did was just ask you to go back and get this signature, and now all of a sudden, you can't do that. All of a sudden, you ain't got the time. If you was Mr. On time, then why you can't find the time to go take care of this? This is what's going on out here in this business, and a lot of people don't want to talk about that. They just want to tell you how to make money. So that's why I focus so much on you being versatile, having the confidence, and knowing how to make sure you do these notarizations correctly. And I'm gonna show y'all something with the notarization. So don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Let me start pulling that stuff up now. I want to show y'all some stuff because this is a huge thing that people are doing right now, and the notaries are jamming it up big time. So you got to just know how to do this your part. Get your part down packed. and everything else fall in line. And feel free to ask any other questions about the business. I don't care what it is about this business. Just ask any questions. I'll be glad to do my best to help you out. And thanks for everybody being in here, all 34 of y'all, and just hit the like button and all that good stuff. And I greatly appreciate it. You're dropping some gems and hard truths in this live. I appreciate your frankness. I like how you framed it. How can I support other businesses we partner with? That is it. See, that's the part that y'all don't see in my business. I'm always looking to be the support for the title company, for the lender, and yes, for the signing company. They know they can depend on me. They know that. They know they can depend on me. They know, okay, well, Griffin, can you take care of this? Hey, Griff, you made a mistake. Yeah, okay. Oh, I did? Okay, I didn't even catch that. My bad. Thank you. I'll go get it. I'll make sure it happens. And yes, I've had to go do and fix something for another client that I did previous and end up being late for the one that I'm getting ready to go to. And I'll tell them, say, hey, look, something came up on my company that I did a couple of days ago. They need me to get some paperwork taken care of for this customer so they can get their money to them. Oh, okay, no problem. I said, I'm gonna be there. I said, I'm gonna gotta go over here in this area of town. Once I finish, I already have your documents. So once I get there, I'll be able to sit you down and we'll get you all taken care of. And it shouldn't take that long, and they might then say, well, how long do you think it'll take? Honestly, if y'all don't have anything if y'all don't really need to read through the documents and y'all have already looked them over, I would have to say no more than 25, 30 minutes because that depends on how fast y'all sign. And I do show you the numbers, make sure your numbers are straight. But other than that, um, I would say maybe 30 minutes and we probably can make it 20. It all depends. It all depends. Okay. All right. Sounds good. I'll see you then, Griff. No problem. I'll see you there, sir, ma'am. I do that on a constant basis, constant. And I'm not always calling the signing company and trying to, because after a while, it's like, brr, brr, okay, they ain't even picking up. You email them, they're not even responding. Let me just make sure it happens. Let me make sure I get it taken care of. Because as long as it gets taken care of and it's done properly and correctly, ain't nobody what. And and this year before we go to the documents, one of the things that I found out, some of the signing companies, not all of them, some of them may have agreements with the title or the lender that if we hit certain metrics, meaning our notaries are on time 90% of the time, on 90% of the orders or more higher, we'll get a bonus. That's what I've heard. Don't have any definitive proof, but that's what I've heard. They want to look a certain way that if we have our notaries always on time and they call us their notaries, but technically we're not their notaries because we're not employees of theirs, but they use that term. The signing company has notaries that are operating and functioning dot 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 dot. They can use that as a way to do what? Get more business. Almost like you in your W-2 and they say, okay, we need y'all to refresh your resumes and submit your resumes for this proposal that we got. Oh, what? Yeah, we're about to try to get another, this $15 million contract. I'm on a $2 million contract. I want that contract. Oh, no, 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 no. You can't apply for those jobs. Why not? Well, we got you over here. I want that job. And it's the same thing I'm doing and it paying 15,000 more or 10,000. No, I want that. No, 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 no. We just need your resume so we can show how well versed we are. That's what happens sometimes in this business. They're trying to always get more business. So they got to have the notaries that's working with them A-OK and squared away so they can say, look at the metrics. Our notaries are on time. The error rate is this, dot, dot, dot. Give us your opportunity to service you. And again, they're taking on more and more and more while people are telling notaries, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What do you mean you're trying to do 5 signings today? No, I just need you to do my one and just sit back until I tell you in about 4 or 5 hours. We can't do that. There's no way you're going to survive doing that. All right. So, training time. The biggest mistake right now that is happening here. What's going on there, Jessica? Good to see you. I know you was out there doing some signings. The problem that we are having is that notaries don't understand the terminology that is being used within the notarial acknowledgments. And in some cases, they don't understand an notarial acknowledgement. The notarial, I'm not talking about the jurat one, the acknowledgement one, the notarial acknowledgement. The whole purpose of that is, where the heck is it? Oh man, nope. Hold on, I can't even find it. That's a bad thing. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Whew. All these windows up. The notarial acknowledgement form is a declaration made by the notary public certifying that the person has signed the document voluntarily and knowingly. Okay. And follow me on this, okay? I got to take my time and explain this because people are getting confused. The notarial acknowledgement is us saying that the person across from us is who they say they are and they signed this document and they did it voluntarily and knowingly. Okay. When you get into the notarial acknowledgement part, this here, what this is simply saying is simply this is this on August, what the heck the date is? 23rd, 2024, before me, we'll just use somebody's short name, Earl Jones, the undersigned officer, meaning you are the officer who's going to sign this. The word undersigned means the person who's signing the document. Okay, let's go back over here. This is Gemini. What does undersign mean? Subscribed, undersigned, a contract indicated in the term. So the underscribed is a less common variant of undersigned. Both terms mean sign something underneath or at the bottom of a document. So let's go back. Let's do, okay. Terminology is important. So on the 23rd of, on August 23rd, 2024, before me, Earl Jones, this Earl Jones is the notary, okay? In this case, Earl Jones is the notary. The undersigned officer, meaning the person who's going to sign the bottom of this document or the bottom of this statement at the end. At the end of this here, the person who's signing this is the officer who's in charge of signing it. That's Earl Jones. Personally appeared. Who personally appeared before me, Earl Jones, the undersigned officer, personally appeared. This is what a lot of notaries are doing. Their name, Earl Jones, known to me to be the person whose name is subscribed within the instrument and acknowledged to me that he or she executed the same. The name of the people who signed the document is the people who appeared before you. You didn't appear before yourself. The name of the people who signed this document are the people who appeared before you. So, in other words, this would be John fake name. So, on this date, before me, in front of me, think of the word before as in front of me, in my presence, before me, in front of me, Earl Jones, the undersigned officer, personally appeared. Who personally appeared in front of you? The person who signed this document. And it says, known to me or satisfactorily proven. So, in other words, you personally knew them or they gave you proper ID in accordance with your state law to be the person whose name is or are subscribed, depending on if it's plural, is subscribed within the instrument. Now, this is the word that is kicking a lot of people's butts. Instrument. What do you mean? Instrument is another term for document. That's what it means. The instrument is another word for document. It's another term for document. So the person whose name is subscribed within this here. So it says here, their name right here is subscribed within this document. So we, or in this case, I, John, fake name, agree, dot, dot, dot. So they are the ones. Oh, got Earl Jones there. Then I'm always using Earl Jones. So his name is subscribed. His name is placed and put inside of this document. His name is subscribed here, meaning signed here. So personally, period, this person, by satisfactory evidence, has been proven to me to be the person whose name is up there in this instrument. Their name is in that instrument, not mine, their name. And acknowledge. The acknowledge part is key because with the acknowledge part, what this is saying, they when they acknowledge, and let's go over here, define knowledge. Means to recognize or admit the existence or truth of something, to acknowledge a mistake, to acknowledge a gift, to acknowledge a person's presence. So what this is talking about is that the person who signed this document acknowledged the terms and conditions or this agreement or whatever this is saying. By signing that document, they are acknowledging that they've read it and understood it and agree with it. So let's go back to the document. Let's take time now. Work with me here, y'all. On this date, before me, Earl Jones, the undersigned officer, you are the undersigned officer, is saying your role, ROLE, personally appeared. This person, either they're known to you or satisfactorily proven to be the person whose name is subscribed within this instrument, meaning their name is in this document, and they acknowledge to me that they executed the same, meaning they're acknowledging before you, you're seeing them, you're witnessing them sign the document in front of you, executed mean to put into action and authorize capacity that their signature on the instrument and upon the persons which or entity upon behalf of which the persons acted and executed the instrument. So in other words, that person came in front of you and you have proof that the one who signed that document is supposed to be the one that signed it. And it was witness my hand in official seal. So you witnessed it. So the only thing that you're acknowledging is that you witnessed it. That's why you signed this. Up here, your name does not go in there as the person who appeared in front of you because your name isn't subscribed in that instrument. Are y'all following me? Please give me some feedback. Let me know. Let me know if you're following what I'm saying, and feel free to ask questions. Do not think there's this that you can't ask a question. Please ask a question because this is very important because this year notaries have been contacting me and they've been messing this up and they've been putting their name in it. The notary has been putting their name there. Okay. Here's another one. So this is another acknowledgement. The foregone instrument, meaning the foregone. Okay, again, let's go back to definitions. Let's go to definitions. Define foregoing. Foregoing means something that has gone before or happened earlier. It can also refer to something that was mentioned previously. Okay. Foregoing instrument. The foregoing instruments refers to a document that has been previously mentioned or discussed. It's a term often used in legal documents to indicate a specific document that was referenced earlier in the text. For example, The contract might state the foregoing instrument is hereby amended as follows. Y'all follow me. If you're following me, please throw a 2 in the chat if you're following what I'm saying. If you're following what I'm saying, if this is coming clear to you, put a 2 in the chat. Thanks, Claude. So in other words, you have to understand the words that you are reading. What do these words mean? And all I'm doing is using Gemini or Chat GPT and defining this. See, this is why I'm saying you don't need to spend all this money with these courses and stuff. Just take the time out. What does foregoing instrument mean? It's the document that they're talking about, they're previously discussing. And at the end here, it's like the foregoing instrument. Oh, talking about this document, the deed, the whatever. That's what this is talking about. Okay. So understanding that, now you're looking at this document, it says the foregoing instrument was acknowledged before me this, and in this case, they want the date by who. And when you understand what acknowledgement means, they are saying they agree to the terms, conditions, they read them, they understand, they're acknowledging, I'm down with this. And then you're signing this saying, I witnessed them sign that. I didn't acknowledge the document. I did not acknowledge the foregoing instrument. What I'm acknowledging is that I witnessed them sign the foregoing instrument. I hope that makes sense. I really do. Here's another one. The foregoing instrument was acknowledged before me, and in this case, it's asking for your name. Okay, before me, Sam Williams, this such and such date by that person. And then here, what does it say here? Signature. Let me zoom this in a little bit. Signature of person taking acknowledgement. Okay. Let me see if I can. Let me, you know, me. Let's see. Person taking acknowledgement. Let me see if it's him. The person taking acknowledgement is typically a notary public. A notary public is a state appointed official. Dot dot dot. So we are the people who are taking the acknowledgement, meaning we are witnessing them acknowledging that document. Let me come up to y'all for a second. We are witnessing them acknowledge the document, acknowledge the terms and conditions of that document. Please tell me if that makes sense to y'all. I'm serious. If you're confused about anything, I need to know so we can get you clear on this. Okay. This is not about trying to make you feel bad or think you're not smart or whatever, because this is what's getting a lot of notaries in trouble. Right. We saw them sign. That is what this means. We witnessed them sign. So I'm telling you, this is how I started figuring it out. I had to figure this out on my own because I was asking people, and these notary trainers, like, well, I don't get into all of that. I'm a Michigan notary, and I don't get into that Virginia notary. I'm just trying to make sure I understand, because guess what? The responsibility is the same no matter what state you're in. You witness them sign the document, and that's why you're filling this notarial certificate out. Why do you need to be a Virginia notary to help me understand that? You don't. That's common across the board, but it don't sell tickets. It's not sexy enough. Thank you there, Rideshare. I be jacking folks' last names up, but that's what this is saying, people. That is what this is saying. And I'm showing you this so you can see how simple and easy it is to get answers to your most daunting questions about this business. So This instrument, the foregoing instrument. And here's the thing, here's the thing. I'm the type of human being that when I keep seeing a phrase over and over and over again, I got to figure out what it means. And I kept saying foregoing instrument, foregoing instrument, foregoing instrument. What the heck does that mean? And years ago, before Gemini and all of that, I just Googled it. Oh, that's what it means. What do they mean by the word acknowledged? Oh, that's what they mean. So now that I understand the definitions of these words, let me put it together in a sentence. Boom, boom. Morrow. Okay, morrow. Gotcha. Thank you, buddy. That's what I had to do. And no different than what you did in school. Even though I played around in English, no matter, learn the definition. And then when you read it with that definition in mind. The problem is you're executing this business. You're doing parts of this business and not understand. You don't have the definition of what stuff means. You haven't been taught that by your trainers, which maybe now they'll teach you because people like to take what I do on here and then throw it in their business and then charge you an arm and a leg for it. That's why I do all of this stuff for free. But when you understand what a word means and you read it with that knowledge, that understanding, oh, okay, this is what this means and this is what that means. So this is what I'm supposed to do. This is why you're struggling. You're struggling because you won't take orders. And the reason why a lot of you won't take orders last minute, because of what we're talking about right now. You don't really have a clear grasp of what you're supposed to do as a notary. And if you don't have a clear grasp of what you're supposed to do as a notary, meaning you can just hop out there and do it last minute, you will not take an order. You won't. And you don't. And I've had noticed them. I don't care how much they pay me. I ain't taking no last minute order because you're concerned that you won't know how to handle this here. But if you understand what these words mean, how can you not? But you're so busy focus on all this other stuff, the glitz and glam, that you didn't take time out to say, what does this word mean? Let me figure out what this word means. So let's see. I think I got one more in here. Yep. And then this one here. Same thing. The foregoing instrument was acknowledged before me this, and instead of putting your name here, you're putting the date by that person. And then here, whoa. Let's zoom into this. What does that say? Name a person acknowledging. That's what that means. So in other words, the person whose name goes here is the name of the person acknowledging, and this is the signature of the person who's taking that acknowledgement, who's receiving it. And see, here's the thing: you taking it, you taking it can simply be witnessing. You're taking it in, you're witnessing it, you see it, you observe it. Oh, stamp. I don't know how to make it any more plainer than that. It's that simple. So if you have confidence in being able to do this, then it shouldn't be a problem for you to go out there and take last minute orders. Again, I'm not saying that you are just going around just being late. That is not the goal, to be late all the time for every single thing. But if they're calling you and saying, hey, we need this done. Can you do it? Yeah, I can take care of it. I got time. I can do it. And if it's not your fault for the reason, if your reason for being late is not because of something you did, stop stressing. Because keep in mind, what was it? Somebody told me a notary had a situation where they didn't put the signing company forgot to give them the deed to the property to get signed off. I said, don't worry about it. I said, when they get send it to you, go get it done. If it's not your fault, you can't stress and be panicking over it. You can't. What's what Terry said? The attorney I work with that does the pre-mortgage with the clients over Zoom, and then I come in just after that. I tell them what and where to sign and ask to give a review on the form, and I'm out. That's it. That's all this is. So I'm trying. I don't. I'm serious. I know people are probably just sitting here. Give me some feedback. Talk to me, people. Talk to me. Okay. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid to dialogue because this is how we learn. Right. And you're talking about an estate planning closing. That is our role. All of this stuff people are talking about out here, all of this trying to be fancy is because people want to try to be the smartest person in the room. They want to show everybody how smart I am. And if I show them how smart I am, they'll pay me more. Not necessarily, because you're supposed to know what you're doing. You knowing what you're doing is not a come up. You being available, that's the come up. You being able to, no problem, I got you. Me knocking that closing out today, not a problem. Okay, that's my come up. That was the come up for me. But you're trying to think that okay, education. I'm not saying you can't learn, know what you're doing. Yeah, know what you're doing, but they expect that. Can you be there when they call you? Like the old song, "Call me, satisfaction guaranteed." Call me. When you call me, don't worry about it. You're gonna be well taken care of. I'm gonna make sure that what you want happens, and that builds trust in the relationship. That's what this is about, y'all. Now you either accept it or you reject it. That's on you. But this is how I run my business. And I'm doing very, very well. And I'm out here more likely signers canceling the day or sometimes an hour and getting the documents late, having to rearrange. Those things, yeah, things happen all the time. A lot of the orders that I get last minute is because sometimes the notary backed out. The notary backed out of the order. That's what happened a lot of times. The notary backed out and left them high and dry. So I go out there and I take care of them and I make money. And I couldn't even begin to tell you how many last minute signings I had this month. I stopped trying to keep track. I'm just working. I'm working. And then here's the question. Here's the question. And then we're going to close on this. I think, unless y'all got some questions, unless y'all got any questions or concerns or anything you want to ask me, feel free again. Because y'all know I love helping people to get their mindset focused right on this business, answer questions concerning stuff that's daunting to you, you trying to figure out. The question this is, think about this over the weekend. How much time am I actually spending doing the business when the opportunity to do the business comes? Or am I spending a lot of time listening to other people in the business, sitting in Zooms and going to different meetings and stuff, but I'm not doing the business? And I'm not talking about like what I do here on YouTube. This is on Friday night in the evening and all of that. But no, I'm talking about doing your daylight hours when you're supposed to be out there. Like the word says, work while it's day, because no man can work at night, which we know back then there was no lights and stuff. But the point is doing the time that you could be working. How much time are you spending in the Zoom calls and this, that, and the other? Even when I'm on the clubhouse meetings, I'm out doing work and I might hop on the clubhouse, talk this, that, and the other, hop off, do my closing, hop back on. And I'm out there still doing my work. But there are a lot of people that can't multitask. They just like, well, no, I can't do nothing but just sit here in this Zoom all day. But orders are coming in. Well, I'm gonna get to that later. And you're more concerned about the gossip of the Zoom than actually going out here and doing work. How much time are you spending doing other stuff rather than doing the work of this business? And that order that I got, that's on what, 8, 9 pages, I said, it's only paying $50. So is that, so am I wrong for taking an order for $50 and it's only 8 pages? Am I? Am I a bad person? Am I hurting the notary business? I didn't even know how many pages it was until I counted them out just a few moments ago. I'm like, okay, you want to pay me 50? No problem. Matter of fact, let me check something here. 50, 85, 125, 85. That's what the order's dollar amount. Because people like to, oh, yeah, I want to make some, I want to know how much you're making. Okay. My first order's 85, 125, 85, and then so that's what? 85. So 345. Is that a good day? Maybe, maybe not. It hits my minimum because my minimum is trying to pull in 300 a day. That's my minimum. Yours can be 500 or 600. That's good. I know what mine is, and did I make it? Yes. Now, of course, it could take a while for me to get paid, but hey, I'm all right. I'm good. But I made the money. It's coming down the pipeline. That's the key. So now the question is, why are you not doing it? What's holding you up? What do you need to have happen? How perfect do you need things to be before you go out here and do this business? I get it. You want things like this. Everything succinct and in line. Business isn't like that. Because here's the thing. And I know I'm supposed to close out. But here's the thing. When you go to the store, how appreciative are you when that stock person or that manager or somebody that's working in the store goes in the back and get you the favorite box of cereal that you want? You get there and you don't see it out there. Your kid is screaming and biting your ankles, picking up the shopping cart and throwing it all over the place. And you go to that person and say, "Hey, can you please check in the back and see if y'all got the fruity, walrus watermelon flavored hippopotamus elephant cereal?" Okay, I'll check for you, sir. And they go back there and check, and they say, "Yeah, here it is. Thank you, thank you." How appreciative are you when you're trying to find something for your wife and you don't forgot, and everything is closing, every place is like, "Oh wait a minute, I'm gonna go try this one sec," and they're like, "Oh man, we about to close. Man, can you please just let me get that? Can you please look, man? Here's a $20 bill. You'll pay extra for the person to just can I pay you. Look, can you just get it? You can ring it up under your name. I don't care. I need these flowers. I need this candy or whatever because I told my wife I was going to get it, and they went above and beyond to get it for you. But you don't want to go above and beyond for nobody else. But you want everybody to go above and beyond for you. This is real talk for the notary business. So many people want everybody else to go above and beyond them. Pay me more money. Give me less documents. Well, can you go and knock out this 2 o'clock? I know it's 1:15. Oh no, I cannot do that because I will be late. How dare you ask me to be late? I can't. Just shame on you, you bad person. You, how dare you ask me to go and be late at a closing? I don't care if you're paying me $200. I will not be late for any amount of money. I have to have the personal satisfaction to be able to sleep at night and know that I have never been late for a notarial assignment whatsoever. How long you been a notary? 3 weeks. And I have never been late. An interesting fact about my little fake British accent. I was on the phone today trying doing some research for this here. And I kept asking in my normal voice that you hear me talking now. I kept asking the question, I said, what is a notarial acknowledgement? And it kept coming up saying, what is a notorious acknowledgement? So I said in my little fake British accent, what is a notarial acknowledgement? And it picked it up. So who are they basing the voice patterns on? I'm just saying. 'Cause when I talked in my normal voice that y'all hear now, it kept saying notorious, like the notorious B.I.G. And I said my fake little British. Oh, it picked it. I'm like, oh. So now when I talk to Gemini, I gotta talk in a fake British accent in order for it to understand what I'm saying. That's crazy. Let me read this comment from a lady here. What trips me out, not too many people earn 50 to 75, yep, in an hour, even doing gig work. I understand expense, but we can claim a lot, correct? In my opinion, we make a lot of income doing this. Yes, we do. We do. And there's so many different tax deductions. But see, that's the lack of knowledge and the ignorance part. Not saying that you are like a non-knowing person. You just don't understand the wider range of being a business owner. And every time I take those last minute orders, that's just more tax deductions that I get. That's more mileage deductions that I get. But then that's more revenue that I'm making. And the whole point of what I'm trying to do is encourage you to go out here and make revenue. Because if you're going to continue spending your money on every little piece of course that's out here, let that be money that you from the money that you let the money that you spend on those courses be from what you earned in this business. Stop using your W-2 or your other side hustle money to pay for your notary business. When is your notary business going to pay for itself? Well, it'll pay for itself once they start giving me $200 signings. Okay, but in the interim, you could do $1,500 worth in 1 week. But yeah, but see, but they're only paying 85 a pop. Okay, so 85 a pop, what, 1,500 divided by 85. So you mean to tell me you can't do 17 closings? I mean, yeah, I can do them, but I just want them at $200 a pop. 1,500 is better than so what? 200 times 17, 3,400. So basically, I mean, or triple, something like that. I'm just saying, what you gonna do? You gonna barbecue a mildew? All right, party people. I appreciate your time. We're gonna go print my documents and get them prepped now. And got to give my man a call real quick. Need some help on something. And I got 5 more to do, 5 more to get, 5 more orders, and I can hit my 100. I'm happy with what I've done so far, which means I've done a new milestone, 95 closings in a month. That is awesome. And I really want the best for each and every one of you. I just hope you will figure it out for yourself. And that's why I said, do you earlier today in the video I did, do you believe in yourself? Or is it that you're believing in something else? And you don't have any belief in yourself to do it. You're just believing that maybe that thing will be the catalyst to propel me to the financial success that I need. You have no belief that you yourself, you just want something that's just automatic and that'll work. But you don't have enough confidence and belief in yourself to make that thing turn into something great, even in a down economy. And when you can get to that point in your mindset and the way you view yourself and the belief in yourself, nothing can stop you at all. So, y'all have a wonderful night. I greatly appreciate y'all as always. Talk to y'all later. Peace.